What up, y'all? What up? What up? We going live. We setting up. Give me like 2 minutes. We live, y'all. We live. We setting up. Let me just go ahead and edit this on. Let me just edit this on YouTube. Foozball Fanatics. I'm gonna use the thumbnail for my first joint. What a gat that's pointed at your ass.
Oh, so when I be setting up my YouTube in the studio, I have to type all that stuff over.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Well, you go straight from YouTube, don't you?
Yeah, on the camera right now.
Yeah, then I don't know. I gotta check it out.
Oh, yours. Okay, yeah, I'm saying it's different.
Yeah, I think you're good. All right, we're live on YouTube. What up, y'all on YouTube? We're live on Twitch. What up, y'all on Twitch? We ready to get started. Making sure that IG is good. IG is good. We going live right there. All right. Let's get the other IG going.
What's you on Twitch?
Say again.
What's your Twitch?
Day by Day TV. You got one?
I mean, when we playing our 2K, we be going live on Twitch, man.
Yeah, Day by Day TV. I just started Twitch. But shit, like I said, the live streams for the games be getting views on Twitch. What up, y'all? What up? What up? Leave a comment. I'm bad, y'all. We getting set. We ready to kick off with the Foozball Fanatics. What a gat that's pointed at your ass. So give it up smooth. All right, we good. We good. All right, bet. Make sure we good on IG. We're ready to get rolling. My bad, y'all. We just getting set. I said 9:30 sharp. It's 9:30 sharp, and we ready to get going.
Yeah.
Make sure we good. All right, cool. We good. All right, y'all. What it do, man? Thanks for tuning in to Day by Day. Foozball Fanatics brought to you by Day Live. I'm your host, Day with an I, not a Y, and joining us, co-host who might actually end up just being a permanent co-host at this point.
I don't know what's taking so long.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on. We gotta negotiate contract deals.
Absolutely.
We're joined by Fox Sports Radio Charlotte and sports talk radio host, the real QCB sports radio host and entertainer. Let me add, the real QCB joining us live in the flesh. Q, what's up, man?
Man, what's going on? I got my exclusive Dallas Cowboy joint on today. You see it right there. It's a little casual wear, but Dallas Cowboy paraphernalia comes in all types.
Yeah, man. You look decent, man. You look much better than last time. You was looking like a Frankenberry with all that red on. I didn't know if you was banging or if you was repping the Falcons or what. I didn't know what was going on, but you got your helmet here.
Yeah.
You got your star. You got your stuff. You're looking good. So I appreciate you for representing your team, even though both of our teams kind of went through some turmoil this past weekend. Before we get started, while people are still tuning in, the last two Eagles games, you pulled up to Big Ben's bar to do the live stream with me. You pulled up here. I really appreciate you for taking your time out to share your football sports analyst knowledge with myself and the fan base that's tuning in. So for that, I actually got a prize for you today, man. I got a gift for you, man.
You got something for me, man?
So Dallas Cowboys, I despise y'all.
Yeah,
I hate y'all.
Yeah.
However, my favorite color is navy blue. I will admit that. And since you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I got you a navy blue Day by Day hat.
No, man, that's what's up, dude. Man.
Navy
snapback.
Blue. Snapback.
Official, got the stitch in here. I thought your stuff was iron on.
With the green underbrim, too.
Oh, that's official.
Old
now, let me tell you something. I don't do the stickers.
Yeah, take that off.
Yeah, I take the stickers
Hell
off.
yeah, you
but
gotta take that off.
Oh man, that's official. Now what's this right here?
Now that's just 7. You know what I'm saying? Lucky number 7, my favorite number 7.
That's what's hey man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
No smart comments,
Yeah.
not being facetious.
Yeah.
People in Gaston, facetious mean you trying to be funny. But man, this is dope. I'm gonna wear it with pride. That's dope, man. Okay.
Yeah, you might the brim is really flat. I don't know how you rock your brims. You might gotta bend it.
I
Yeah,
bend my joints.
Yeah, me too.
I bend my I'm an 80s baby, teenage years in the 90s. We bend our joints.
You bend your joints. I got a trick for bending the brims. I just did I started it recently, but it worked very good. I take a towel and wrap like a mini towel, wrap it around the brim, take some tape to where the two ends are touching, take some tape it around so that it's staying in place like that. Leave it for like 2 days. You got your classic brim bend right there.
I'd never heard of that technique.
I literally thought of it on the spot last week and tried it out, and it worked out perfect.
Oh, this is new.
Yeah, I literally just tried it. Yeah, but
you better copyright that. That's dope.
I know, right? I probably shouldn't have told the people about that. But everybody tuning in nonetheless, whether you're on IG, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch. Thank y'all for tuning in. We ready to get straight into it.
Yeah, let's go.
Enough of that friendly shit for giving you a hat. Now it's time to be enemies. All right. So know thy enemy. I'm an Eagles fan. I hate the Cowboys. You're a Cowboys fan. You hate the Eagles.
Right there.
I sat and watched the Cowboys game. You sat and watched the Eagles game. Both of our teams took an L this past weekend. Right. And I should have knew it was coming because every time y'all play before us and y'all lose, and I make a video, we end up losing.
Why do you continue to do immature things like that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's immature. I would say
it's 9-9 a boo-boo. Y'all lost. That's not immature.
No.
You did it last year when we got smacked around by something called Jordan Love in the playoff game.
I said belt the ass.
Yeah. And you, first of all, you text the hell out of me like a white teenage girl. You be texting more than a white teenage girl. And then you was just the video and y'all did this, belt the ass.
Yeah.
And then that Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. Well, I knew we was going to lose last year in the playoffs to Baker, but man. Yeah, man. Oh man, we already this TJ who was actually at the game. That's my homie TJ. He was the first one that was on the mic during the Falcons Eagles game. Yeah, you got it, TJ. I mean Ty. My fault. I don't know why I called you TJ. Ty, you got it, Ty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did what y'all had to do. I can't even be mad about it. But yeah, every time I talk shit about the Dallas Cowboys losing, literally like dating 2 seasons ago, every time. I think one time I got away with it, just once.
When is it gonna stop?
Never. I'm gonna keep doing it.
But your track record is like way under 500.
I know. But once it's above 500, once y'all actually do lose before us and we win afterwards, that's going to be such a great feeling because I'm gonna have those bragging rights for the whole next 5-6 days.
See, I got bragging rights over the Eagles right now.
How?
The last time we lined up and played a football game, we beat the hell out of you.
Yo, I can't believe you are so stuck on this.
That's bragging rights.
This
the
is
last time we played. We whooped you
7-8 months ago. Let it go.
That's what last time means.
Oh my goodness.
That's bragging rights.
You need to let it go more than James Brown and Stephen A. Smith hairline at this point. Let it go, bruh. Y'all beat if y'all beat us last year, the last time we played y'all, but then y'all went to the playoffs and lost first round just like us.
It had nothing to do with you guys, though.
But still, we went 1-1 last year. So I don't see why
I would rather lose first than that last game, because that last game is getting held over my head like a cloud that's over the Panther Stadium right now.
All right. We're going to get into that. Okay. Ty said that the Falcons are going to beat the Cowboys too, dog. So he's
now Ty.
He's on cloud 9 right now.
That's the guy I dapped up right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to take my dap back from you. I'm going to take it back.
All right. Well, listen, let's do this. Let's break down our losses. So we both watched our own team's game along with our opponents. So we're going to start with us breaking down, giving our own explanation to the loss, and then the opposite person is going to give what they saw. So I'm going to let you go first on the Cowboys, and then I'm going to jump in, and then we're going to reverse it. I'm going to go first on the Eagles, and then you jump in. All right. So we're going to start with the Cowboys. Breaking down the Cowboys' loss versus the New Orleans Saints. QCB, what do you got?
Well, we didn't take the Saints game as strongly as we should. At the gate, they just smacked that defense around. Our defense didn't show up at all. So we was playing catch up damn near the whole game. And the Saints was having these big explosive plays out of nowhere. Yeah. That's not Derek Carr's DNA.
Mm-mm.
He don't do things like that. I don't know what's going on these first 2 weeks, but these first 2 weeks of the NFL football, I call it fluff weeks.
Yeah.
Because around by week 6, things going to come out. But as far as the Cowboys game, we just couldn't get no pass rush on Derek Carr. He was getting rid of the ball fast, and they got some kind of speedy. I guess he's a rookie. I never heard of the guy.
Shaheed. Nah, he's not a rookie.
I'm just saying, I've never heard of him. That dude, nice. He gets behind everybody.
Yeah, he does.
The safeties, the free safeties, he gets behind the whole defense.
Yeah.
And Carr just lets it go. Like he's in, Alabama quarterback going to one of them nice first round draft picks that Alabama usually has when it comes to receiving. So they just smacked our defense around. We got beat in every aspect of the football game. Even though CD and Dak got that chemistry going, which is one of the top duos in the NFL, one of the top duos in the NFL.
I'll give you that.
And we couldn't. We was playing catch up the whole game. So we got out coach, out special teams, out everything.
All right. So starting with defense, because that was the first thing that went, if you would. That was the first phase of the team that got the air taken out of them when Derek Carr threw that deep skinny post to Shaheed for the tutty. Like you could literally hear the energy being taken out of the stadium. So let's start with defense. Do you think that's more of the player and personnel or the D coordinator? And I ask that because y'all no longer have Dan Quinn, who moved on to the Washington Commander football team, Generals, whatever the hell they're called. He moved on to be their head coach now. Y'all now have Mike Zimmer, who's a proven coach, if you would.
Yeah, Zim's the guy.
Yeah, he is with Minnesota and everything. But this is the first year in a new system. And I, of all people, can tell you how having a first-year coordinator in a new system, no matter who the person is and how proven they are before, we had Dan Patricia with New England, but nonetheless, we still stunk it up. Right. So do you think that was more so far, first 2 weeks, fluff period in the season for the Cowboys?
Right.
Is it the defensive problem? Is it more so player and personnel or D coordinator with y'all moving along from Dan Quinn?
The D coordinator is perfect for the Dallas Cowboys. Absolutely not you guys. You guys are a raggedy organization that have defensive problems. We don't have that. It was just one game. We're going to chop it as one game. We're going to think it was a player type situation. It was the players got beat. The defensive coordinator put the plan in place. We didn't evaluate the plan. We didn't execute the plan. And that's all it was. It has nothing to do with what we call them Zims. Down in Big D, we call them Zims. That had nothing to do with it.
Down in Big D, you call them Zims.
Yeah.
That sounds like a promo for an erectile dysfunction pill.
There we go.
That sounds insane.
You never heard everything's bigger in Texas. We're not right. Come on, man. So
I'm chilling.
I know you want to break the word out. I know you do, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
When it comes to defense, Zim's the guy. Hell no, it had nothing to do with the defensive coordinator. We just got smacked around. It happens, and it happened to us, unfortunately, in week 2.
Okay, so it happened to y'all. It happened in week 2. But the thing is, y'all have never been known to have a good run defense. Y'all have never been known to have a good come from behind defense. It seems like whenever a team gets out in front of y'all, y'all kind of panic. Y'all don't really know how to play the defense that y'all are known for playing when you pin your ears back and you have the lead, and y'all kind of panic. And then that small lead turns big. I mean, I'm just going off of your last loss, which happened to Green Bay Packers. It started with small. They had a few points, and then next thing you know, they run the ball good, and that lead, the lead separation just keeps increasing.
Well, that goes on the team that got the lead. They don't do dumb things like y'all did on this past Monday.
We're not talking about us. We're talking about the Cowboys.
Well,
We're not talking
when you
about
have
us.
a lead,
we'll talk about us.
Instead of running the ball, you throw it. That's dumb. That's dumb football. You run the ball. So we do come back. We came back against the Detroit Lions last year. We came back against the Seattle Seahawks in the third quarter last year when we was down. So we have a history of coming back. So don't try to slide that in there like Ricky Henderson stealing from first to second. You're a slick bastard when you want to, but I'm going to catch you. I'm just saying, y'all can't stop the run, and the whole
game
we didn't stop the run.
Which game? Q, y'all haven't stopped the run for years.
Yeah,
years. Stop it, Q.
We hadn't stopped the run for years.
Y'all are known for being a bad run defense.
See, now last year, if you look at the Cowboys schedule, it's at least because I didn't want to check all of it because I knew I was already correct. And I pronounced my T correct. We had about 6 games where a team didn't rush over 100 yards on us. At least 6.
And do you know which teams they were?
I'm just saying. I was just checking.
Okay.
So that's asinine. Years. Come on, man.
Y'all have it.
Every time a team plays, they team go rush for over 100 yards.
But here's the thing with y'all: when it's a good running team, yes, they do. San Francisco 49ers, they beat y'all all the time because they have a good run offense.
McCaffrey.
Exactly. They have a good run offense.
Right.
Green Bay Packers, last time they played y'all, they whooped y'all ass in Jerry's World because they have a good run offense. New Orleans Saints with Alvin Kamara just now, they whooped y'all ass. Even though they had deep throws, Alvin Kamara, running back, scored 4 tutties. Y'all have not been known to stop an efficient, let me change it. Y'all have not been known to stop an efficient run offense. Y'all stop the Giants twice a year. Y'all stop the Commanders twice a year. That's 4 of the 6 teams you're talking about right there.
Who was the running back for the Giants before he came to Philly?
Saquon?
Saquon
with what
Barkley.
offensive line?
No, you said a sufficient running back.
I said running offense. I said
okay, but is he not a good running back?
He's a great running back.
Absolutely.
So was Barry Sanders.
Gained 100 years on us in years.
But so was
last time Saquon Barkley gained 100 years on the
100
yards
Cowboys. On the Cowboys. But here's the thing.
100 yards.
So was Saquon Barkley. But the thing is this. Barry Sanders has a record for the most negative rushing yards. Right. Why is that? Because he had a terrible offensive line. But he also has many records for positive yards gained. So the same thing can be said with Saquon. He can have bad games against y'all because he has no offensive line, but that doesn't mean he's not a good running back. He's one of the best running backs, and so far looking like the best running back in the league this year. But nonetheless, if he doesn't have a good offensive line, what can you do? Some games, not even some, most games you're going to get stuffed.
I think the two games that we played y'all last year, I don't think your quarterback Miles Sanders had over 100 yards on the ground. The both games we played, Saquon Barkley, he didn't have 100 yards on the ground. So what you just said about us not stopping the run is malarkey. That's exactly what it is. I just easily dismantled what the hell you was trying to insinuate.
You didn't, because you don't have anything to back it up. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up numbers and add it to this post.
Okay.
Let's join the chat right quick. So Darius, what up, Easy? He said the Cowboys rely on their offense to put up 30 plus every game. Is that true or false?
That's a part of it. Yes. That's true.
You don't see that as a problem?
No. I mean, because we have a high scoring offense.
I'm talking about on the defense. Is that a problem for the defense?
No, I mean we have a perfectly gelled football team. Perfectly gelled. Gets spanked by 25 plus. Yeah, but you're not gonna win every game like that, dude. There's gonna be some ass whoopers on your schedule that's gonna sneak up on you. It's like, what happened, man? I don't know. They kicked their ass in every facet of the game. You never heard that before?
I have.
It's going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
I'll give you that.
There we go. There we go.
All right. He said what? Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to move on Darius, so I'm gonna give him that.
Darius, don't say what and run. What you whatting about?
Easy. What up? Talk to me, baby. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. So you said y'all a perfectly gelled football team.
Absolutely.
Some games sneak up on you. All right, I'll give you that. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. This is a perfect segue. We have a comment from YouTube. Shout out to Lamont Levy, who asked this. Ravens. Oh, this is Kevo. Kevo, what it do? Ravens, Cowboys, biggest game of the week in a long time. If Ravens go 0-3, we got to talk about Harbaugh being inefficient as a coach. So before we get on to Harbaugh, Q, let me ask you, how do you feel about the 0-2 Baltimore Ravens coming to Jerry's world after y'all just getting embarrassed by the Saints?
Well, I'm a little nervous about this game because when the schedule came out, I had the Dallas Cowboys losing that game because I'm the most sane, coolest, debonair Dallas Cowboy fan, intelligent that you're going to even run into. And I recognize how obnoxious our fan base can be. Mm-hmm. We're not delusional. We're just obnoxious. I get it. I'm scared about that because the Ravens facing 0-3, I think they can come back from an 0-3. They're the type of team that's built to come back.
They're 0-2.
I'm saying, but they lost.
If they lose to y'all,
they lost. Because I don't do the if stuff. But I'm saying, if they came in thinking that we can't be 0-3,
mm-hmm.
I think that's dangerous for the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. We sitting here 1-1. It's a 3-way tie. Y'all 1-1. We 1-1.
Commanders.
Yeah, whatever the hell that is. And the Giants are 0-2. The Cobra Command. I call them the Cobra Commanders because you know, G.I. Joe. But no, I'm definitely nervous about that game. I'm afraid about that game. And I think the Baltimore Ravens right now are a better football team than us, even though we 1-1, they 0-2. Mm-hmm. I know what Lamar Jackson possessed, but he also can be a hinder to their team because his completion percentage is like my report cards back in the day. They're in the 50s. They don't know what they're doing with Derrick Henry. One week Derrick Henry rushes for under 50 yards, and 1 week Lamar Jackson has a $122. Derrick Henry didn't come there for that. So, but I think Harbaugh got enough coaching gab or whatever skills with the staff around him to get that thing going. But I'm very worried about that game. I don't see us beat the Baltimore Ravens this weekend.
Give us a score prediction.
Baltimore, it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'll say Baltimore 21, Dallas 17.
Okay, low scoring. So take the under.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the over is. What's the?
I don't know. I don't know the total neither.
Yeah.
All right, so you're taking the under on the game. So, all right, so you have the Ravens winning. Now let's let's flip it. Let's say the Ravens do happen to lose to y'all and go 0-3. Referring to the comment, if Ravens go 0-3, do you think Harbaugh should be talked about and be on the hot seat as being an ineffective head coach?
No, absolutely not, man. And first of all, he's turned that program or organization around. And just because you don't win the Super Bowl, you still could turn that thing around, get that thing trending in the right direction, i.e. Dan Campbell in Detroit. Win 3-4 games, then win more games than you won last year, and keep improving that win record. Next thing you know, you're winning your division. You're in the playoffs. You know, you're trying to move forward. But no, absolutely not. I like the way – I don't like the short leashes on coaches' necks. I like to take a page out of Rooney's book, who owned the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I think they had 3 coaches in their whole coaching existence. And then, hell, who's the chin? Coach Coward didn't win his first Super Bowl ring, his only ring, until like year 12 of his coaching career.
Really?
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin, you know, he came in, got that ring.
He has 2.
He had 2, absolutely.
Yeah,
and this whole notion, he hasn't had a losing season. Okay.
What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, a couple of those seasons are 8-8.
Yeah.
As I act like his losing season's all been 13-2 or 15-1.
Yeah.
I'll just say that to say that I like the way the Rooneys do their coaches. They give them time to grow, and then they take some lumps. But
you give the Rooneys a lot of credit. You talk about the way they run things a lot.
Right. And I see the Baltimore Ravens doing that with Harbaugh. They would be insane to get rid of him just because they starting off on 3. Because guess what, Davon?
What's up?
It is Davon. I think it's Davion.
It's Davon. It's not no goddamn Davion. You North Carolinians got to be the slowest group of I've never been called Davion more in my life when it's clearly spelled Daivon. On my email tag at the bottom of my email signature, I have to put in parentheses Day-VON. You dumbass Carolinians.
The Bama's right.
Good Lord.
Just
playing. I love y'all.
Yeah, there'll be a fool to get rid of Harbaugh, man. I think I like what Harbaugh is doing with that organization. You'll be a fool. So he won't be. Like I said, it's a long season. 0-3, they can recover from that.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, so you're not worried about the Ravens or Harbaugh, and you think they would have a good chance of beating y'all this upcoming Sunday.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So let's get on to, before we go back to the AFC North, let's go back to the NFC East. Before that, we actually have a comment. Easy. Let's see what Easy talking about. What more needs to be said? The Cowboys are front runners. They beat up on mid to low tier teams, and then everyone acts impressed. Put a stout defense with a mid or good level QB, and we see what happens. So he's saying y'all only beat up on bums.
That's
and he's not only saying that. A lot of people say that. A lot of analysts say that y'all only beat up on bums. And I somewhat said the same thing, because I said you'll have a good run defense against average or below average teams. When you have a good, efficient running offense, then y'all struggle. And Easy, my dog Easy, shout out to Easy, shout out to Fayetteville in the building. Pretty much the exact same thing.
First of all, shout out to Fayetteville. I used to do the field announcing for the Fayetteville Arena football team, the Heroes, about 11, 12 years ago. I do this.
Okay.
So shout out to that. First thing I did when I get to Fayetteville, I would go to Checkers. Shout out to Checkers at Fayetteville. But first of all, that's not true. We beat the Browns. We beat the Browns. Browns went to the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah, they don't look impressive this season.
But they went to the playoffs last year.
They did.
Okay, we beat y'all. Y'all went to the playoffs last year.
What are we talking about this year?
No, he said, we beat up on, what did he say, bum teams or something like that. Okay, I'm just naming.
Well, last year, y'all beat us like at the beginning of our downfall.
What the hell? But y'all went to the playoffs, right?
The previous year in 2022, yes, we did.
Right, y'all went to the playoffs last year. We beat the Lions. That was another playoff team, correct?
Should have went to the Super Bowl.
I'm just dismantling this easy. This is so easy to dismantle. So, and we beat the Seattle Seahawks, who also was a playoff team. So next.
All right.
Damn, that was easy. Well, that's the best y'all got? That was easy.
Easy. I'm gonna come back to you. Before we do that, this past Monday night, we both were at Big Ben's English pub to watch the Falcons versus Eagles live. And it was a great show. Y'all can go ahead and watch it back on my Twitch and my YouTube channel. All right, so we broke down the Cowboys loss. We gave both of our takes. Now I partially gave on. Let me just say this. Yeah, y'all lost that game from the jump. That very first touchdown to Raheem Shaheed, like I said, you could feel the energy being left out, and I don't think y'all are a good come-from-behind team.
That's not true, but go ahead.
So
I just gave you 2 examples.
Yeah, from last year.
Y'all don't listen.
I hear you. I mean, like, of course you're gonna come from behind.
What's up? You said we're not a good come from behind team.
Meaning y'all don't do it more times than you don't. I mean, y'all don't do it more times than you do.
That's a good thing. I mean, we're not behind so many times.
But the past two games, what I'm saying is past 2 games y'all have been behind.
Right.
It started with a touchdown and then it kept growing drastically.
It ballooned.
Y'all got your ass whooped. I'm going off the last 2. You like to go back to 2022 and 1989.
I just went back 4 months.
No, you said the 2022 season we were a playoff team. But you asked if we were a playoff team from 2022 season. I said, yeah.
No. Listen, D, I'm talking about last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm talking about.
No, yeah, I got you. I see what you're saying. I said, that's my bad. Right. I got you. But nonetheless, the last 2 games that y'all were trailing,
yes,
that deficit grew. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good thing for me because we don't have that many situations on our resume. Cowboys always down.
That's a good thing for you.
Yeah, because
all right, can we get to the Eagles game, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's insane. All right. Breakdown of the Eagles loss versus the Falcons. I'm gonna start first and I'm gonna let you chime in because we both saw the game. Defense looked terrible. For us, last year, we had a decent amount of sacks, but the year before that, second of all time as far as team sacks in the season. To go from that to having not a single sack yesterday, Bryce Huff, we paid all this money to. He doesn't have a single sack, tackle, QB pressure, anything. Jalen Carter didn't make any noise. Josh Sweat, nobody made any noise. We let Kirk Cousins, who against the Steelers looked like an old man in the pocket, do what he wanted, however he wanted, against our defensive front.
Right.
That's unexcusable. We got Vic Fangio. We have, Zach Bond, who balled out against the Packers, him and Kobe Dean. We're not playing Devin White. That's a whole nother situation, which I think is a goddamn mess personally. But we didn't get any pressure on Kirk Cousins. It starts with up front. Howie Roseman likes to draft from the inside out. He drafts offensive lineman and defensive lineman first. Jordan Davis out of Georgia, he makes good plays from time to time, but damn, he was a first-round pick. This is his 3rd year. We still haven't seen nothing that screams first-round pick. Jalen Carter last year, he screamed that, damn near defensive rookie of the year. These first 2 games, hasn't done a damn thing, especially yesterday. So it starts up front. We didn't get any pressure on Kirk Cousins. They were running the ball all over us. That was embarrassing. For us to have so many bad defenses these past 2 seasons, and for us to get Vic Fangio, who's an OG coach, and he's going to turn things around, and for me to get PTSD from last season as far as teams running it on us and us not gaining any pressure,
right?
That was terrible. I could tell from the first drive it was going to be a long night. That's number 1. Number 2, the very controversial 3rd down play where we threw it to Saquon. Yes, I say we should have ran the ball easily. And let me say this about Eagles fans. After we called that play call and Saquon dropped it, a lot of Eagles fans were calling for Nick Sirianni to be fired for allowing that. Here's the thing with Eagles fans. I got to look at both sides of the coin, because let's say Saquon catches it and scores. Y'all will be calling Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni freaking geniuses, bro. I know my Eagles fan base. I know they would.
Right.
They take whatever they don't take shit with a grain of salt. They take the top off and throw that whole motherfucker on the piece of chicken and ruin it. We should not fire Nick Sirianni because he allowed a 3rd down call from Kellen Moore because he thought we would end the game. Now, personally, like I said, I would run the ball.
Right.
Better odds are to run the ball no matter what. Even if we don't get the 1st down, we take off 45 seconds on the clock. Cool. It is what it is. We passed it. Saquon dropped it. It was a bad play call. It was a bad play by Saquon. And that was the game right there. Remember during the game, I told you it's stressful being an Eagles fan because we do a lot of dumb shit in easy games. And that was case in point. So starting up front, for them to run it on us and for us to not get no pressure, that set the tone for the game. Offense did all right. Jalen Hurts was efficient. He didn't have a lot of yards throwing. And besides that pick at the end of the game, he was efficient. So those 2 mixes, as far as that controversial call at the end, plus us not getting any pressure, that set the tone for the game, which made it easy for us to lose. And I wasn't surprised. It took a minute for me to process it, but I wasn't surprised. Being an Eagles fan, shit like this happens all the time, especially on games that we should easily win. So I'm not surprised. We got the New Orleans Saints next. I wouldn't be surprised if we win. I wouldn't be surprised if we get our ass whooped. We'll see what happens. Now, let me get your take, being someone who saw the game, and from a non-biased take, if you would.
Right. It's just simple. The Philadelphia Eagles are a dumb football team.
We played dumb Monday night.
You guys are a dumb football team.
But break it down. What makes us dumb?
It's just the way you act like you never played football before. You look lost on the field. The play calling is atrocious. It's terrible.
Are you talking about that third down play or the whole game?
No, just I could have sit here and just okay, that was dumb. Oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. It's like watching Dumb and Dumber.
Like what? I need details.
What a big one. I'm getting it to you.
Okay.
The big one.
Which was
why not let Saquon Barkley run the ball?
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Dumb plays.
Mm-hmm.
Some of Jalen Hurts' decision making when he passing the ball. Dumb. Missing guys wide open. He
didn't miss anybody wide.
He wasn't 19 for 19. Let's cut it out.
Bro, he was like, he missed a few. No one go. He was what? Think like 22 for 27.
You was asking me for my take.
He was 22 for 27 at some point. That's not efficient to you.
You was asking me for my take.
It's 22 for 27 not efficient?
If that's true, that's what it was. But the seven passes he didn't make, one of them could have won the game.
Which was what?
I'm saying one of them could have won the game.
Okay. You're speaking in hypotheticals.
No, I'm saying, listen, if you 22 for 27
mm-hmm.
or whatever the 5 passes you didn't complete, obviously one of them could have helped you win a football game. It could have kept the drives alive. It could have been a touchdown. It's so many situations. I don't trust y'all. And then physical part, you have no pass rush. The whole drafting all these kids out of Georgia to come to the Eagles, like the Deshaun Watson and Cleveland, the plan, it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. It has not worked.
Well, first and foremost, let's not compare us drafting players from Georgia who was a proven defense
in college.
Yes. Okay.
In college. And Bryce Young won 9 Heismans in college.
But how else do you prove yourself before the NFL? Where do you prove yourself before the NFL? In college.
Well, no,
every situation
your
is
recruiting department that gets paid millions and millions of dollars to recruit talent and so we should draft him when you're in your war room. But again, that goes back to you being a dumb organization.
So you would see a national championship defense and say, let's stay away from everybody over there.
I wouldn't draft the whole team.
We drafted 4 defensive players.
From one team.
Yeah.
In one draft?
No, in 2.
In 2 drafts.
In 2 drafts.
Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. It hasn't worked out for you.
Jalen Carter's a beast. He hasn't shown up this season, but last season it was damn near.
Listen, I'm not. It's only 2 games. I'll get you saying this season, and I get what you're saying. All those guys he never made a Pro Bowl yet.
No, right. This is 3 of their second season.
And then you just said one of the guys was a first round pick.
2 of them were first round
picks.
Jalen Carter, besides these 2 games, has been proven worthy.
And nothing hasn't screamed, I was a first round pick so far.
Nah.
Exactly.
Just
like Ike Kwanu, left tackle, first round, 6th pick for the Carolina Panthers 2 years ago.
No, I'll say this: Jordan Davis has not screamed first round pick.
Right.
Jalen Carter has. This season he didn't do anything yet, but last season he was 2nd as far as defensive rookie of the year.
Right. Here's another example of how y'all were dumb and dumb football team. The play when London caught the game-winning touchdown in the end zone. Slay, who's a pretty good cornerback. Dumb.
All pro and Pro Bowler, so he's
dumb.
He's really
some of a bitch. Dumb.
That wasn't dumb. He
got first of all the footwork on London.
Don't even hurt yourself. You know nothing about defensive back footwork. Q. Don't sit there and try to do a ladder drill.
And then instead of looking at the player, he's got his eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah.
On a quarterback. That's a no-no.
That's what killed him. So
that's a no-no, right?
Yeah, that's definitely
a dumb play.
Okay. Yes, Darius Slay made a dumb play at the end of the game.
You guys are a dumb football team, man. It's okay.
So if we made a dumb play to lose by 1 point, that makes us a dumb team. If you lose by 25 points, then y'all have to be borderline retarded then, right?
No, I said y'all loss was less, way more embarrassing than Cowboys loss.
Really?
And here's why. Yeah. Going to react.
Go ahead. Break it down.
Eagles losing that, was it 1 point?
We lost by 1 point.
1 point? Way more embarrassing than Cowboys. Cowboys game was over early. Oh, after the coin toss, it was done. I damn near started playing Fortnite so I could become Dr. Doom.
Exactly.
So I could become Dr. Doom on Fortnite. Now it's awesome. And that Captain America shield is awesome on Fortnite.
I'm a grown ass man. I do not play no goddamn Fortnite.
They play Fortnite.
Nobody here plays
I spent all kind of V-Bucks. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The War
V-Bucks.
Machine is awesome. It's awesome.
Dude pays virtual money to play Fortnite.
Hey, but listen, we got blown out.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
What's your little thing you say? Belt the ass. What is it called?
Belt the ass.
We got belt the ass.
Yeah.
Over quick.
Right.
20-something points the first quarter, 14, 20-something, 35 at the half.
35 in the first half.
It was over. It was over.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're not a good catch-up team when that lead, that margin balloons up.
Right.
But you guys was winning. You dumb bastards was up.
It was 6 lead changes, but go ahead.
Oh, no. In the crucial time, the game was over. It was y'all's.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons didn't win it. Y'all lost it.
Yeah.
Because you're dumb.
Yeah.
What? Y'all mascot should be Lamont Stafford. Let me tell you why you're dumb. You was up 6. Was it 6?
We was up 5.
5 with 144 to go. And they got the ball back in 139, like 139, 140.
We was up 5. We kicked the field goal. No, we was up. I forgot how much. We was up 5 after the field goal. So we was up 2.
Right. So here come Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Get the ball like that. Wait a minute. Something called not John Elway, not
Kirk
Patrick
Cousins.
Mahomes, not Dan Marino, not Joe Montana, who's the greatest quarterback of all time. Not him. Something called Kirk Cousins. You know what, Davon? Kirk Cousins? I've never heard of him. I've heard of Kirk Cameron, who's star of Mikey and Growing Pains. I've heard of Kirk Douglas, Michael Douglas' daddy, who was Spartacus back in the 60s. But Kirk Cousins, I've never heard of him. Y'all allow this guy to go down the field, get huge chunks of yards with $1:49 to go.
Hold that thought, because I'm gonna get right back to you. We got a caller. Thanks for calling in the Foozball Fanatics. Who's this? Yo, what up? Who's this?
Yo, what's up, bro? This is Anthony, bro. Your neighbor, bro. I see you on there talking about the Eagles, bro. What happened, bro? Talk to the people, bro.
Okay, so I'm actually glad you called, because I'm joined by Dallas Cowboy fans who tried to say that his 25-point plus blowout from the Saints was worse than the Eagles losing. But before I get into that, you are the caller, so let me ask you: did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did.
So what's your take on what went wrong, what happened while we lost? What's your overall take?
Cowboys thing. This is my thing. Of course, the Cowboys loss was worse. Are you kidding me?
I agree.
Y'all had a chance. They never had a chance.
I agree. Simple, plain and simple. But they wrote the short bus of school, so he won't get that. But
so hold on, what's this guy's name?
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question. Let me intervene. Let me jump in the double dutch ropes real quick.
I come down into the podcast.
Well,
you couldn't. That's why I called in.
I'm glad you called in. I love that you called in. The reason I said Dales is more embarrassed, because like you said, we got our ass whooped out the gate. It was over early. I'm saying they was up. They was up with like 140 to go in the game. They just had to get one stop. And the way they lost, I thought it was way more embarrassing.
So losing by one,
Anthony, in the form how they lost, that's why I thought it was more embarrassing.
So, before you answer, let me say this. So, what's worse, losing a game coming down to 1 or 2 plays, or losing the game coming down to 10 to 15 plays? Which is worse?
I think it's the 1 or 2 when you was winning going into a minute 40 seconds to go in the game.
It at least was an intriguing game. We blew it at the end. Yes, y'all blew it after the first drive. Fans left at halftime. You think that's not worse than a team leaving at the very last? Both teams are going to be upset we lost. But you would rather have your team walk out at halftime rather than it be a good game to the end?
You can't argue with a Cowboys fan, bro. Just stop. You're going to be fighting all night, bro.
Hey, I gotta do it is bow down like Ice Cube said. As soon as you two bow down, it's all good.
But go ahead, answer that.
No, sir.
I just answered it.
But
I just think you guys are more.
No, you didn't answer that. You're saying, I asked you, is it worse to lose by 1 or 2 plays costing the game, or 10 to 15 and your fans leaving at halftime?
In the fashion the way you lost?
Answer the question, Q. Is it worse to lose a game coming down to 1 or 2 plays, or 10 to 15 plays and your team losing at halftime?
The losing at the halftime.
That's worse?
The losing at halftime.
It's worse?
Yeah. But I'm saying with our situation, your guys was worse the way you lost, because you was up with a minute 40 with Kirk Cousins.
So which one is more embarrassing?
The Eagles lost. This is the Eagles lost.
Yeah.
Back coaching for one, and Swift dropping that damn ball. Had y'all had a different coach, the Eagles would have won that game.
That's what we don't know that. That's impossible to know.
Well, you're saying
How is that impossible?
But we don't know. We can't say that.
He's bad plays and bad clock management.
Yeah. So I mean, my man QCB here, he's real technical, and I will tell you that right now. So, but I get what you're saying. You're saying it would have been a very better chance of us winning the game if we had a play call from a competent coach who called a running play. That's what you're saying.
I would say more. I would say more experienced coach.
Okay.
Or better imagination. I feel like some of the plays y'all was running too. Or
well, he's been there 3 years, right? And all 3 years he's been in the playoffs. And 2 years ago he was in the Super Bowl. Like that, right?
Yeah,
that's not experience.
But no, it's not. I mean,
that's not. And what he said? We delusional. Oh, okay.
No, I agree with QCB.
No. Yeah. I'm talking about a coach. I'm talking about like a season because y'all easily could have had
Bill Belichick. That was going to be our coach.
Bill Belichick.
Dude, you got Sirianni.
No, I know. I'm telling him.
That's not the same.
No.
Bill Belichick and Sirianni is not the same.
Well, guess what? Bill Belichick don't have a damn job because ain't nobody want to hire him,
and he hasn't been in the playoffs since Tom Brady left. So
right,
I'm definitely going to take Sirianni over Bill Belichick. I have to agree with QCB because of the reason he said Sirianni's been in the playoffs every single year. He's even with the bad offensive and defensive coordinators last year. We still went to the playoffs.
I like Sirianni.
I do too. I'm not one of these Eagles fans saying get rid of Sirianni at all.
You know what? I'm gonna have one of my homeboys, a true Eagles fan, to call y'all. He'll give you the.
Well, I tell him he's wrong too.
No, he's. If he says get rid of Sirianni, then yes, he's wrong. I don't agree with this whole notion of get rid of Sirianni.
He's about to be gone, bro.
I don't see it happening.
Ant may be right. He may be gone. Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
If y'all don't get better, bro, with the talent y'all have, he's up out of there.
Oh, if we don't make the playoffs, then for sure, it's a great chance he's going to be fired. But I'm not screaming. I'm not screaming fire him after 2 games.
They're gonna say game by game 7 is only better. He out of there. They're ready to fire that man last year at the other turmoil you had in your locker room.
Now, listen, say halfway through the season we only have 2-3 wins. Then, yes, more than likely he'll be fired. But I don't say fire Nick Sirianni if we're off to a slow start and we end up making the playoffs this year. I just don't see that happening.
I'm not one to talk. I'm a Panthers fan, so we're going to through our own struggles. You know what I'm saying? I saw y'all talk. I said, let me call that for my bro right quick.
Well, yeah, I think you Panther fans, y'all are too panicky. Y'all the most panicky, scared, shaggy dude fan base I've ever. And y'all are so panicky. That's
not me. I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? We got a bad owner.
Yeah.
Coach has not been battle tested, so he's trying to figure it out. He sat Bryce down after 2 games. I think that's crazy to me. So you just shattered a man's confidence who already had a horrific season, then had a horrific 2 games. And now it's bad all around. I don't know what they're about to do.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Bryce Young should have been starter from the jump, or should Andy Dalton have been starter and Bryce been benched?
I think last year Dalton should have did at least first 7 games.
Andy Dalton the first 7 games?
Yeah. Andy Dalton the first 7 games.
Well, and your take on the Bryce Young situation, I know we're going to talk about it later, but that kind of reeled me back because I thought you went all the way to Oz and didn't get a brain. But that Bryce Young take you just got is the same kind of level I'm on with it. And I'm explaining it later on the show when we get to that topic. But now I'm back on your side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm realistic, brother.
I love it. I love it.
but my neighbor across the way, Willie, he's delusional. He wants to say the opposite thing.
Well, listen, I was ready to say I appreciate you for calling in. We ready to get to the next topic. Hey man, in the next 10-15 minutes when we get back onto the Panthers topic, feel free to call back in because we are going to dig into the Bryce Young situation.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have Willie calling. He gonna go in. I got you.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Talk to you later.
All right, peace.
All right. So yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll just leave it at that. I'm not for firing Nick Sirianni. All right, Easy. Right. Easy is active, y'all. Easy said, "Wow, Dad, you taking Nick over the best coach of all time, dog." Listen, I'm talking situational, and the situational for present day is that Nick Sirianni has been to the playoffs 3 straight seasons. Bill Belichick hasn't been to the playoffs since Tom Brady left. I'm not saying Bill Belichick is bad, no, but what I'm saying is why start over with a kind of roll of the dice when you have a coach that has taken us to the playoffs 3 times and even the Super Bowl, and we came 1 play away from winning the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. Like, yes, he has some like the last call, that was suspect, but at the end of the day, he let Kellen Moore call that. He approved that play call from Kellen Moore. So if we're going to blame Nick, you can blame Kellen Moore just as much. Now, I know it comes down to the head coach for giving him the approval of that. Okay, he had one bad play call.
Right.
Before that, and like I said before, let's say Saquon catches it. We would not be saying, oh man, Saquon caught the pass for a touchdown, but that was a risky call. Nick might be on the hot seat for that.
Right.
No, we'd be like, that's what's up. That was a good play call. It was a good risk, and they won the game. Just like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell takes risks. Doug Peterson took risk for the Eagles. The Philly special, if the Philly special doesn't work, what will we be saying?
Right.
That was a bad play call. Why call a trick play on the Super Bowl and on the goal line? But it worked. So we're saying great play call by Doug Peterson, great, route by Nick and all that good stuff, right? It just comes down to situational. That was a bad, since it wasn't efficiently ran and we dropped the pass, it was looked at as bad. If we would have called it, it would have been looked at as good. I'm not going to execute Nick Sirianni over one play in week 2 of his of his 4th season.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Look, the most botched play call, one of the most botched play calls in NFL history is, go ahead.
Seattle Seahawks.
There it is. Instead of getting the ball to beast mode,
Mm-hmm.
they got cute, had Russell try to throw a quick slant, picked off. They didn't win back-to-back Super Bowls. Okay. Look, it was first of all, it was a good play call. It was good. The play, it worked. I mean, I'm saying the setup worked. He was open.
He was.
So the play call was good.
And he broke it down. Nick said him and Kellen called that play to win the game.
The play, it was a good play call. I know there's no guarantee he could have got in there if they would have ran. I know that the percentage would have been high, and that goofy pushy, whatever the hell it's called that y'all do, that Sesame Street play y'all do. But the play call was a good play call. He was wide open.
Yeah.
That's on him.
Yeah.
Like Saquon took responsibility.
He did.
At the end of but that's why the Giants got rid of him, because he's a dumb football player. But go ahead.
No, he's definitely not. They got rid of him because they're a dumb organization. You want to talk about dumb? Did you see that Hard Knocks thing when they were negotiating?
No, I didn't watch it. No,
yeah, that's okay. Well,
I was playing Fortnite. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, speak on what you know and not what you don't know. Ryan, what up, Ryan? I think Knicks need to take them field goals. Now I agree with that. I agree that in the first quarter in the red zone, take the field goal. I 100% agree with you, Ryan. Ryan, what up, bro? Yes, I think he should have kicked the field goal. Listen, he had some suspect calls. Even going back to the Super Bowl, where we punted it away one possession, I thought we should have went for it because we were going for it on 4th down all through the Super Bowl, and we were converting.
Dude,
and then
fans
on one,
always want to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah,
you already know.
Yeah, everything is subjective, right? So he dropped it. It's subjective to say, oh, that's bad play call. He catches it. It would have been subjective. Oh, that was a great play call. Everything is subjective. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm still riding for my dog Nick Sirianni to be the head coach of the Eagles. That was a bad situation since we dropped it. It was a bad drop by Saquon, and in that situation, because it was a drop, it looks like a bad play call by Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore. Nonetheless, we lost the game in embarrassing fashion, less embarrassing than y'all. You refuse to admit that, but we'll move on. All right.
I mean, I just think you're wrong. But go ahead.
Okay. So let's talk about real quick. The Saints. We're gonna keep it in NFC for now.
Let's go.
Are the Saints the real deal?
Is any comic book movie you see real?
Real? No.
Right. Deadpool isn't real, folks.
Yeah.
It's not really a guy named Bruce Wayne who's a billionaire, and rather than sitting at his crib chilling, he puts on a cape and mask and hangs out on roofs all through the city of New York and pouring down rain at 2-3 in the morning. All that's fake. Iron Man's not real. The Saints aren't real, man. They're not real. I'm not buying the Saints because before the season started, I had them either finish 3rd or 4th in the NFC South. Nothing they done these first 2 weeks. Nothing they done these first 2 weeks have me to believe that Dennis Allen's a good coach, and something called Derek Carr is David Carr. No,
Derek Carr. David is the older brother.
Both of them stink. It's Derek, right? Derek Carr. I'm not buying it. To do what? Go to the Super Bowl? Man, I'll give you permission to slap me.
If they go to the Super Bowl?
Man, they're not going to stop it, man.
Okay, so
they are not real. I'm not buying. They may not win their next 2 games. They play the Eagles and they play the Falcons after that. And I think after that, they play the Chiefs. And the Broncos, I'm telling you. So the Saints aren't for. I'm not buying the Saints.
So the fact that they have scored points on their first 15 possessions to open the season, and they have one of the most impressive opening 2 weeks from an offensive standpoint, I think like top 5 of all time. You're just discrediting that.
They still not the number one offense in the NFL. That's number one.
Are you discrediting
the Baltimore Ravens are?
Are you discrediting that? Yes or no?
No, I'm not discrediting. They did it. So that's facts. Because I do hashtag facts on. That's facts right there. They're not the number one offense. That goes to the Baltimore Ravens. They're not even number 2. So
but are you speaking statistically?
Oh, you know I'm a hashtag facts on it.
Let's see about this.
I spit facts. You know how like my man like 90s rappers spit bars. I spit facts.
Top NFL offenses.
So the Ravens are number 1.
Ravens number 1.
You damn right.
Lions number 2.
There you go.
And they're number 3.
There you go.
They have over 400. They average over 400 yards of offense per game.
I just said they number 1. I just said they 1-2. So I told you I know what I'm talking about.
But 3 is damn impressive though. Is it not?
It is. But it's not number 1.
Okay, so you have to be number 1 to be good. They're number 2 in the NFC.
I didn't say it wasn't good. I just said I'm not buying them. I just said they don't have the number 1 offense because everybody keep throwing what they did these first 2 weeks. 40
I didn't
plus
say they had the
games.
number 1. No,
you did. I didn't
they
say,
have an impressive offense.
I didn't say Davion said it.
Let me ask you this, Davon. Check yourself.
But I'm not.
Let me ask you this.
I'm not buying them.
Are you buying? I mean, do they have a good offense? Let's start there.
In the first 2 weeks, yes, they do.
Okay.
Defense.
Held y'all to 1 touchdown.
They did. Their defense is okay. The Saints' defense is okay.
Yeah, I like their defense. Easy said their defense is real. Can Derek Carr continue this is the question. Yeah,
what is defense real? So wait a minute. See, y'all confused me because one moment, the Dallas Cowboys, we suck, we stink, we're not a good football team. But then after the game, Dennis Allen's in his locker room said, guys, we beat a pretty damn good football team out there today. That's what the coach said, who just whooped us.
Yeah.
But I'm delusional, whatever that even means.
Okay, so are y'all good or no?
Yes, we good,
So
man.
since here's the thing. You are saying that y'all are good, and they
we good.
I know y'all are good.
Thank you.
Y'all are top 4 in the NFC, but here's the thing. They just embarrassed y'all. So does that say say more to them being good or y'all being bad?
Us being bad that day.
So
you're not finna switch and throw the Saints in the Super Bowl.
I'm not
because they blew out the Dallas Cowboys in week freaking 2.
Right.
Uno, dos. You stop right there. Dos. Hablo español poquito. Yo soy guapo muchacho. Estoy cansado.
What does that mean?
So I'm a handsome man, but I'm a little tired.
Okay. All I know is poquito.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'd be like, quiero que or qué pasa.
Hey, man, 5 cervezas, por favor.
Save it, please. What's that mean?
5 beers, please.
5.
Come on, man. Vámonos. That means let's go.
Yeah, I know. So anyway,
I'm not buying the Saints. Hell no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think this will be the reason why I really like this Eagles versus Saints game is because it's going to be very crucial from the Saints and the Eagles standpoint.
Well, we're going to get to listen. This is my last. I'm buying this. I'd rather buy them stale ass Girl Scout cookies that be in front of grocery stores than I would buy the New Orleans Saints after week 2. Go ahead.
Well, if we're going off of the first 2 weeks, then I would have to buy them.
You don't have to?
Yes.
Why do you have to buy
Because
them?
if we're going off of 2 weeks, my question is, if we're going off of 2 weeks of this season, stop going to last year, Q. If we're going off of 2 weeks of this season, they have a top 3 offense. Their defense is flying around. If we're going off of 2 weeks of this season,
their defense not top 5, but go ahead.
Then yes, I will say that they look good. How can you not?
They look good. Now let's talk about the future. To do what?
I have them as going to the playoffs.
Man, you done lost your damn mind.
I have them going to the playoffs.
Okay,
the Saints.
That means it's going to be 2 teams that are NFC South then, because the Bucs go win a division.
Which is fine. We had 3 teams going 2 seasons ago. Why is it not
right
possible?
Now, currently, the Falcons are your daddy. There was on Maury Povich. He said, hold on, Davon. Falcons, your daddy's here. Eagles, your daddy's here. Yeah. Falcons, come on out.
If the Falcons are our daddy,
they're your daddy right now.
Then the Cowboys are Jody and the Saints are Melvin. Easily. If that's what we're doing. Let's get to these comments right quick.
All
right. Ryan said they played the bum-ass Panthers. Yeah. So if they did y'all if they did y'all worse than the Panthers, then does that mean y'all on the same level as the Panthers? I don't know. We'll see.
Ravens and Panthers are both 0-2. Come on, y'all. Use y'all brains, man. So the Ravens are the same as the Panthers?
No, I didn't say record. I said
I threw that out there.
No, but that's not the conversation. The conversation was getting whooped by the same team, even worse. Ant said the problem is y'all are a good football team, but y'all are very inconsistent. I don't know what. Oh, he's talking about the Cowboys. Cowboys got a lot of talent, but they can never get it together. So they both pretty much said the same thing. Y'all have talent, but y'all are inconsistent.
Inconsistent where though? Come on, get deeper with me. I just want you to get a little bit deeper.
All right,
here we go. I know you're going. I know you want to say the Paul stuff, man.
NFC biased here. Cowboys are in trouble. They could easily lose their next 2 games. Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers. I like Saints. Okay, so defense. All right, me too, Ryan. I agree. I think Bucks and Saints are going to go head to head for the NFC South. I think 2 teams for the South are going because it's the NFC. It's not like we're talking about the AFC here. We're talking about the NFC here. And
they think they're getting 2 teams out of the NFC South.
I think so.
And first of all, I don't see that happening. Number 2, how is the Saints jumping the Falcons all of a sudden?
Because they're
like the Falcons are starting to get an identity now. Because the Falcons had no identity.
Do the Saints not have an identity to start the season? We're just going off of 2 games.
Q.
They're 2-0. They're 2-0. That's how they're above the Falcons. But to stay,
well, what about the eye test? Because the Falcons showed some resilience, man. Mm-hmm. They went to that high school park, Lincolnberry up there in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. What is it called? Lincolnberry.
Lincoln Financial Field.
Excuse me, what's that nickname y'all call for it?
The Link.
Okay, they went on the road. That's a tough place to. Is it a tough? I don't know if it's a tough place to play.
Very tough place to play.
It is.
Yeah.
And for the Falcons to go there with Kirk Cousins and Drake London and the unknown offense, and to really put together, because they had a team they had to put together. And they had a new pieces with Judon. He came there.
Yeah.
Got some new pieces. I think he had a big play. We was speaking about him.
Yeah.
And he made a play.
He made a sack.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, pump the brakes on the Saints because the Falcons had a big win on Monday night. They said, guys, let me tell you something. We're here. We're ready to do some things.
All right. We'll see about it. Speaking of the NFC South, let's talk about Bryce Young being benched. Let's go ahead and break that down right quick.
Yeah.
2 questions I have for you. First and foremost, do you think it's a right move? Let's start from the beginning. Do you think it was a right move to start Bryce Young his rookie year early into the season?
Absolutely.
You think that was the right move?
Absolutely. He had no one to sit behind him.
Andy Dalton, right? Wasn't Andy Dalton there last year?
You're not going to learn nothing sitting behind Andy Dalton.
Listen, that's the red rifle. Them Bengal days with him and AJ Green, you can't take that away from Andy Dalton.
Didn't amount to a hill of beans.
Oh, you're crazy.
Didn't amount to a hill of beans. I don't think
it's a reason he's been in the league for over 10 plus years.
That's fine. You could be a serviceable quarterback, a decent quarterback, an average quarterback, and last slightly above average. But Andy Dalton, I mean, he got a couple of $100 million, I think $100 million contract or whatever. But no, absolutely, they couldn't. They might not get over the hump. Him and Marvin Lewis. No.
Yeah, Marvin never did. But okay, maybe I'll give you that. Andy wasn't the best thrower. I think he was good. I'm not going to say he was below average. I think he was.
He wasn't below average.
I think he was slightly above average.
I give him that.
But nonetheless, he's a quarterback that's been in the league for 10 plus years. Even not just from a throwing standpoint, learning how to carry yourself as a starting quarterback in the National Football League, knowing what goes behind studying film. It's so many nuances, so many mental aspects to the game. And preparing for games, I think that part he could have learned from Andy Dalton. No, I'm not saying that Andy Dalton is Cam Newton 1.0 and, he could have learned how to play good, but carry yourself and prepare yourself as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think that would have been good for Bryce. Because at the end of the day, listen, Bryce had endless weapons at Alabama. He's undersized. To just throw him into the wild with no weapons, no protection, I think that was insane.
No, I mean, a lot of quarterbacks get thrown in that type of situation.
And how many prevail?
I mean, that's up to you. I mean, not you. I'm saying that's up to you as the quarterback.
I think that's up to the team and the system.
Well, all that goes into play. First of all, Andy Dalton was 0-4 in the playoffs. That's number one. That's number one. Hashtag facts only. If you're gonna sit behind someone, do like Aaron Rodgers and have the luxury to sit behind a Brett Favre. Steve Young had the luxury to sit behind Joe Montana, who's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Brady, who's the greatest quarterback of all time, sat behind Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe wasn't no Joe Montana or no Brett Favre. And Brady credits sitting behind Drew Bledsoe and taking that time to develop, which led to him being as great and prestigious as he was. He admits that was a huge part into his greatness, that development behind Drew Bledsoe.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
So is Drew Bledsoe on their level? Joe Montana and Brett Favre?
Absolutely not. But he's a much better quarterback than something called Andy Dalton.
I don't know. Let's look at the numbers.
Right. And while you look at the numbers, let me say this. The reason you throw him out in the fire because he had to get the learning curves. You're not going to learn nothing by sitting there and watching Andy Dalton lose games or watching something called Sam Darnold was already gone. You're not going to learn nothing watching them guys lose games. He could tell me that in the film room while I'm starting. When they come off the field and I ain't won a game, I'm Bryce Young. When we go back to the film room the next day in practice or whenever the day after, when I know the practice schedule is, okay, right. Now you can give me some expert tutelage. You can holler at me, let me know what I did wrong. Or maybe on the sidelines, you can kind of be in my ear. You got a veteran on your side, you got a quarterback coach and a head coach. So Bryce Young had enough like guys around him. But I just thought it was way too early to bench the guy. I definitely would have stopped. Before we get to that question, to answer that question, yes, you throw him out there. You have a lot of quarterbacks who get thrown out there right now. Stroud got thrown out there. Jaden Daniels is thrown out there. Caleb Love is thrown out. Caleb Love, Tar Heels. Caleb Williams is thrown out there. And guess what? He has the same amount of touchdown passes as Bryce Young, me, and Davon. And he got DJ Moore and Oduzier, whatever his name is, up there. And what's the
Keenan Allen?
Absolutely. Well, he ain't played yet, but still, he got some guys out there. He got a better receiving core than Bryce Young, and he ain't throw a touchdown yet. And he's been looking bad his first 2 games. But rookies, you get mulligans for a rookie. That's my thing, Dave. That's why you throw him out there, because rookie quarterbacks, the whole year, it's a learning curve. Just pray you don't get hurt, which he didn't. He only missed 1 game because of an ankle injury. So I don't want to hear that size crap. That's a bunch of damn crap. But no, that's why I throw him out there. Absolutely, you throw him out there.
Okay, so we can agree to disagree. I would have sat him behind Andy Dalton.
What would he learn behind Andy Dalton?
The nuances that go into being a QB.
You couldn't tell me that on the sideline, on the field, on practice, or
it's
in the film
easier.
room?
It's easier to do what we see done as to do what we hear.
Okay. So
while still learning that development,
Panthers go 3-14, and Andy Dalton started. What did he learn from that? I can go 3-14, but when they went 2-15, what I'm gonna say,
learn how to prepare as a starting NFL quarterback and learning to develop off the field. That's all I'm getting at, the off the field development. That's my whole thing. Because he's not developed at all to be a starting NFL quarterback. But hold on real quick. Let's get to these comments.
How many of these comments keep agreeing with me?
A lot of people don't want to admit this, but Cam Newton beat the odds having the career he had with the organization. And Ryan said, not for real. Since the Panthers were born, they've only had 2 good QBs. That's Cam Newton and Jake Delhomme. I liked Jake Delhomme. Yeah, so
Jake Delhomme was an interception throwing machine.
He went to the Super Bowl.
He did, but he wasn't a good quarterback. For this organization, he was a good quarterback. Yeah. Let me tell you something about y'all precious Cam Newton. Cam Newton started 8 years. He only had 3 winning seasons as a starting quarterback. Let's slow down. He was MVP that 1 year, 2015, but he couldn't maintain that MVP type level play. That's why when these guys played coming into the league, you're like, give me some quarterbacks that are probably going to be MVP regular season. You would say Peyton Manning. You would say Aaron Rodgers. You would say maybe Ben Roethlisberger. And I think I'm missing one. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees never even had, and Drew Brees. Like there would be like the four names you would throw out there. Cam Newton's only able to do it 1 year, and then it went like this.
Yeah. Well,
he couldn't sustain that high level MVP type play. You have to be able to keep that level type MVP play once you reach that plateau.
But I agree with that. But let's talk about Cam Newton's rookie season, because he had a very impressive rookie season.
He was off the chain. Yeah.
So what was the difference in Carolina between Cam Newton having a successful rookie season, being drafted #1 overall, and Bryce Young having a very unsuccessful rookie season, being drafted #1 overall?
I love that question. Number one, Cam Newton, even though he broke like records and 400, I think his first game was over 400 yards.
He went crazy.
He was a better quarterback than Bryce Young. Okay, listen. That's why that's a good question, because we know. I'm gonna say something that we all know about Bryce and Cam. the size. Cam's a damn refrigerator, okay? Athletic refrigerator who lowers his shoulder, want the contact, braggadocious, first down signal, which I couldn't damn stand.
He had the
whole world dabbing. He had old white people dabbing who had arthritis. They was dabbing. So he was polarizing. The wardrobe, wearing Ellen DeGeneres clothes and all that. I mean, all that came with it, right?
Ellen DeGeneres.
But Cam went 6-10 his rookie year. He won 4 more games than Bryce Young. 4 more. Now, them 2 wins look horrible. 6 look, of course, way better than 2.
It does.
But them 2 wins look terrible in the way they lost. But Cam, hey, he went 6-10, but he was breaking records, though. You saw the potential in Cam.
Right.
You know? And guess what, D? They threw him out there.
Yeah.
They threw him out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe you guys know in the chat who was the starter when Cam.
The starting QB?
I think it was Matt Moore. Well, Matt Moore was on a roster. You know, because when Cam Newton came here, Jordan Gross had his cystic fibrosis soccer game for his niece who had that disease. I think she's all right now. And I was on the mic on the field, and I introduced Cam, and Cam wouldn't want to come and kick the ball, and he was being all arrogant and pompous. I got on my Gucci loafers, man. And I'll go back and tell Jordan Gross. He said, well, just tell Cam, just come up here, just stand by the plate. I'll kick it for him. I walk back over there. Hey, Cam, man, Jordan Gross said, just come and stand at the plate and he'll kick it for you. Nah, bro, just tell him I'm chilling, man. I just got off a plane. I'm good. Had to go back over there. I said, man, dude acting like a diva, man. He said, don't worry
because
about
he's chilling. He ain't want to step in the dirt.
We out here at Providence High School, and fans out here. You the #1 pick. That's why I knew Steve Smith fan level had went down. Because when I introduced Steve Smith last year when Cam wasn't here, you know, Steve Smith was the man, the original Smitty.
Right.
And then when Cam got there, after all that year, Auburn, National Championship, Heisman, they get #1. Man, Steve Smith, his applause went. It was like the applause for the captain coming to America.
Oh, you're saying they left Steven with the Cam?
Oh, it was a coming to America applause.
Oh, man.
Coming to America.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, but I say I like to say it's just a difference night and day with Cam and Bryce Young as far as talent level. And that's all.
Do you think there was a development level difference between Cam and Bryce? Before you answer, I'm going to say yes, because Cam had more years to play and less weapons and like you said, the size. I mean, we're not going to ignore that.
Yeah, of course.
Him going from Florida
and use his legs too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Him going to Florida, being developed by Urban Meyer, playing under Tim Tebow, seeing how Tim Tebow plays and prepares, going to JUCO, taking his JUCO team to the national championship, Blinn JUCO in Texas, and then going to Auburn with no first. I don't think anybody from that offense got drafted. In general, Trey Mason. I think Trey Mason was the only one, but no first-round picks on that offense.
Right.
And for them to beat Bama, beat
down 21 in Tuscaloosa,
beat Bama, win the national championship. I think that proved a lot more than Bryce Young, who came to Bama with just a plethora. I think from one end of the spectrum to the other, as far as first round.
You just say height and heave it, and you got a first round of catching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big part as far as Cam being more developed, both physically and gameplay wise. But let me get your take on that. As far as the developmental difference.
That's perfectly what you said, because Bryce Young from high school to Bama, he had Nick Saban, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, or even though Cam wasn't there that long in Florida, kicked out doing thug activities. But like you said, he had a spectacular year. He didn't lose a game his next 2 years, didn't lose a game.
Right.
He went all the way in junior college at Blinn, like you just said, didn't lose a game.
Yeah.
If you YouTube Cam Newton at Blinn, you'll see him doing the same thing he was doing at Auburn and for the Panthers.
Men amongst boys.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Then they had that maybe one of the greatest 1 years in college football. That's debatable between him
and Joe Burrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know a little something.
I know a lot.
You know a little
I got 2 more questions.
But the development, Cam definitely got the advantage on that. Yeah.
All right. So do you think that Bryce Young is considered a bust?
No. Oh, well, let me say this. Yes, now. Because they benched him. Right. Now, Dia, listen, I know I get called an idiot, but I'm not blind to the fact. I see how the kids out there struggling, how you looking. It frustrates me. Like, damn, dude, he'll scramble and get out of trouble.
Yeah.
And when they get to the sideline, he just sit there and wait, and
then get crushed.
Dude, I get the speed of college NFL is fast. I get it. I don't care if he's in the SEC. He was in the SEC. I get it. It's just the speed.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about regular football stuff.
Yeah.
Height, get rid of the ball.
Right.
You hear footsteps, get rid of the ball. Or
Yeah.
take off and slide. That's football stuff, right? I know they faster, but still.
That's why Brady was so efficient. He got rid of the ball, whether he's throwing it out or throwing it to his quick reads.
He was the dink and dunk king. But listen, I was just willing to give Bryce Young the rest of the season. Just 16 more games.
Yeah. I agree.
No, not 16.
Well,
15. I would have said, guys, I get it. Can he get 15 more? Number one, he had a new quarterback, a new coach last year, new system. This year, another quarterback, new system. And they did bring in some people. Deontay Johnson, Pro Bowler. You still got Thielen here, veteran route runner who had over 103 catches.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say balls because I know what you're going to say.
Good. I'm leaving it alone.
And then 1,000 yards. And then they had they brought in my guy from my Gamecocks, Leggett.
Yeah.
So and they kind of revamped the offensive line. So I'd say, you know what? Let's let him continue to stay out there. Who knows how he would look against Oakland or Washington or the Giants, or the Bengals. Like he got 15 more games.
Yeah.
What's this gonna do? Bring in Andy Dalton because now his mental is done.
Yeah, like that. And then let me just add to that real quick. I'm gonna let you continue. As a football player, and I've been there before, when your confidence and your mental gets taken out of it, it doesn't matter how physically gifted or physically prepared you are, you will not play good.
Yeah, because you got benched like 3 times. You said you've been there before. Your ass got benched.
Yeah, I have been benched before, real talk. And it can do one of two things.
Right.
Initially, when it first happened, I was crushed. It took a lot out of me. But when I really sat down and evaluated myself, it made me hungry.
Did you recover?
I did. It made me hungry, and I played the best I ever played.
The highlight thing you shot me when you was hitting.
Exactly. So, and that came after being benched. But like I said, it goes one of two ways.
Yeah,
I've seen players that didn't dig out of that hole. You know what I mean? And when you're in that hole, when I was in that hole, it's tough because I'll say this: it was one play. I was at Bowie State. I got benched. And I was on special teams, and I'm taken out of it. I'm on special teams. I don't want to be out there. I'm on punt block. I'm on punt return team. I get straight through. Okay. I'm looking at the punter one-on-one. The block is there for me, and I missed it.
And you hit the guy. Hit the punter?
I didn't touch anything. I missed it. I could have blocked it, scored, scoop, and scored.
Man.
Nothing. But that happened because I was taken out of it mentally. So before the play, I didn't even want to be there. I'm lackadaisical. The ball snap. I'm kind of just standing. I'm like, oh shit. And then I run. Now let's say I'm mentally in it and I do what I got to do. I take off from the jump. That's an easy touchdown. And I know it's different between special teams and quarterback, but I just say that to say it's football players. When your mental is taken out of it, when your confidence, when your confidence is taken out of it and your psyche is out of it, then it's very hard to recover from that if you do at all. Not every player does. But you were making a point.
I was just saying that. Had Bryce Young continued to play like he had been playing the first 2 games, I know it kind of spilled over from last year, and we got to December. I said, yeah, guys, you got to cut your losses. You got to put Bryce Young in the conversation with Ryan Leaf as a number 1 bust and Jamarcus Russell as the number 1 bust. Even though Jamarcus Russell got 3 years to play, Ryan Leaf got 3 years to play. And even though their 3rd year got cut short because they said, we can't take this this shit no more. They got to get up out of here.
Yeah.
I would have said, get a kid 15 more games because why the wide receivers aren't getting the separation when he say height. Because they cannot be getting open.
Yeah.
We brought you guys in here. Yeah. He's still a young quarterback. Yeah. Help him out.
Right.
Get open.
Yeah, I think it's way too early.
I just thought it was too early. They panicked. Like a woman, one night stand and a cycle ain't come, she's panicking. Panicking.
Well, listen, let me just say this. You may not know nothing about that, but sometimes when you're hitting it right, you may knock that joint off sometimes. You don't know nothing about it. Yeah,
you can knock it off?
Yeah, you can.
I've knocked a few on.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, we can knock it off? You're a bad man.
Knock it off and on. I'm knocked one on before too. Yeah.
All right, Daddy Longstroke.
I agree. I don't think he's a bust. I agree with Ryan. He said they got to let Bryce play. I agree with that.
There you go, Ryan.
All right, so my next question for you is this. Who has a better chance of going 0-17? The New York Giants or the Carolina Panthers?
I think the Carolina Panthers, man. And listen, first of all, I'm going to say this. I like that question. I don't think neither one of them are going 0-17. I think they will muster a few wins.
They play each other in Germany.
So they can't. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they play each other in Germany.
Even knowing that.
Yeah.
But I like that good question, though. Even they didn't play each other, I like that question.
Yeah.
You got some good questions tonight.
That's what I do, man. Foozball Fanatics. I'm a foozball fanatic.
All right, but now, if I have to choose one, I'm taking the Panthers because, like I said, I'm not buying Andy Dalton. I can see Andy Dalton getting in, and then because I now want them to fail because how they did Bryce.
Yeah.
And Andy Dalton been, like you said, he's a veteran. I think the offense is going to open up a little bit more. When he came in, when Bryce got hurt, I think that was the most yards the quarterback had. And when Bryce came back, Bryce had 4 straight 200+ yard games. But I'll choose the Panthers because they schedule, especially the second half of the schedule. They play they play the Cowboys, they play the Chiefs. It gets brutal. It gets brutal.
All right. I think the Giants have a better chance of going 0-17 because I would honestly take Bryce Young over Daniel Jones.
Okay.
I don't think Daniel Jones is a good QB. I think the Giants paying him over Saquon was the biggest mistake they possibly could have ever made, besides getting rid of Tom Coughlin. That's when their decline really started.
Wow.
But I think I just don't trust Daniel Jones at all because Bryce Young, this is his second season.
Right.
Daniel Jones is what, 4th or 5th?
Yeah, 4th.
You know what I mean? Like
he got his money, like you said.
He's had plenty of opportunity to prove himself, and I mean he's gotten the contract, like you said. He has Malik Neighbors now. He still has Darius Slayton. He has a couple weapons over there in New York, but I mean their confidence has been gone from the jump,
right? As
far as this season and even last season, and they have to play the Cowboys and the Eagles twice. Panthers, they have to play the Saints and the Bucks twice, but I think the Cowboys and Eagles are more competition than the Bucks and the Saints are.
And you know what? I like they coached the ball. When the ball first got there that first year.
Yeah, he was riding high.
They ride high. They went to the playoffs, got a playoff victory. You know, they just hadn't been able to do anything after that. But yeah, I like that answer.
Yeah. All right. So my last question to the Panthers. What is their issue? I mean, it's been multiple seasons.
Yeah.
They've gone unproven, unsuccessful season after season. What's the main issue with the Panthers? Where does this all stem from?
Oh, that's easy money, D. The top front office.
David
Tepper.
David
Tepper. David Tepper has quickly got the title of the worst owner in professional sports currently.
Yeah.
You know, I got Brock Purdy, the best quarterback currently in the NFL. The second best quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes currently. That could change. Right now, he's leading the NFL in passing yards, by the way, and top 5 in completion percentage. But no, that's neither here nor there.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
But it started. The pieces that David Tepper has put together for this team, it's been a disaster. And then I like to hire Dave Canales, though, because I said, get your young coordinator and bring him in here. Do what the Texans have done. Do what the Miami Dolphins have done. Now, if you're going to get your old school coach, not that many out there.
Right.
You know, you had,
Belichick.
He's gone. They didn't pick him up.
Right.
You know, McCarthy's in Dallas.
Yeah.
Kansas City got Andy Reid. Pittsburgh got Mike Tomlin, and Dan Campbell's kind of like an old school, new school.
Yeah.
And then the other one that was available, that became available, I said, go get him. Was Coach Vrabel out of the Tennessee.
Mike Vrabel. He's with Cleveland now.
Right. But now Canales, I'm with it. He's a quarterback whisperer. What he did with Baker Mayfield, Baker $100 million Mayfield.
Yeah.
And then what he did with Geno Smith, his resurgence, he rose like the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know, in Seattle, and took them to the playoffs and everything. So I wasn't mad about that. But it starts at the top with David Tepper, and then the way they recruit talent, and then the draft of talent in the organization, it just hadn't worked. It just hadn't. Then they're making these quick decisions. The horrible coaching hire with Matt Rule. You didn't give the job to Steve Wilkes. When you fired Matt Rule after 3 5-win seasons,
that was crazy,
right? And then Wilkes comes in, and fixes it.
Right.
Goes 3-3.
Right.
He cut the mess down.
And
David
they say,
Tepper, nah.
And Wilkes goes to San Fran and proves himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So no, and then you bring in something called Frank Wright, which I said that he was the first quarterback in the Panthers organization. Well, he was 0-2 as a starter and had like 55% of his passing. They benched him and got Kerry Collins.
Well, he was the OC for my Philadelphia Eagles when we won the Super Bowl.
Damn, y'all won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, stop it. Yes, we won it. February 14th, 2017, 2018.
How many y'all got?
1.
Damn.
I was allowed to see it though.
There's no way I could be a fan with a team.
Listen, I'll take being over 21 in the city of my team winning the Super Bowl than me being a fetus when my other team won it. I'd take that all day, every day.
Personally,
I was drunk riding. I was literally riding on Broad Street. I was riding my car. I don't condone drunk driving. I actually, this is hypothetical. Hypothetically, off the record, I was drunk riding on the sidewalk in Broad Street with a white girl in my sunroof. After my team won the Super Bowl.
Damn, you are a black athlete.
Sounds like a Georgia athlete. I'll take that all day over swimming in my dad's nutsack when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl and me being a Cowboys fan. I'll take that all day, every day. If it's just one, okay, cool.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm saying I would be super embarrassed
to win a Super Bowl.
No. I would be so embarrassed as a fan that the team I cheer for only has one Super Bowl. I would be so embarrassed by that. On a daily basis, I'll be embarrassed.
So you would take having 5 that you weren't around to see over having 1 that you were able to really see and embrace and be a part of?
Dude, I was here in the 90s.
I'm talking my situation.
Yeah, once you become a fan of a team, you embrace all that good and bad.
All right. Okay.
We always take an application to become Cowboys fan.
I would literally not watch football rather than be a Cowboys fan.
As soon as you become a Cowboys fan, guess what you get? You get 5 big diamonds, 5 Super Bowls. You get a nice owner, Uncle Jerry Jones, who has a smidge of racism in him. That's fine. You just got a smidge.
He was clearly in that 1940s black and white photo.
But that's what he wasn't saying nothing.
How do we know?
Them other white kids was doing this.
How do we know?
Their mouths was open. They was pointing.
He could have been
was like this.
He could have been tired at that moment.
Well, he probably said it. He definitely was saying some stuff.
Yeah,
he definitely was saying some stuff. What was the question? I got off on a tangent.
Yeah,
with the Panthers. Yeah, David Tepper's been a horrible job. Like I said, he brought in Frank Wright for one season.
Right.
One season.
Right.
It's okay to admit that you made a mistake, but you went from Matt Rule
to
not getting a job to a worthy recipient or whatever, and then to bring in Frank for one season. Mistake.
Right.
Now I think you're gonna try to fix it up. Now you're gonna draft Bryce Young, who you only gave 7 to 18 games. 18 games.
And they gave up a lot of collateral to even draft him.
Absolutely. You gave up DJ Moore, who would have been a number 1 receiving threat.
Yeah, that was insane to me.
So it starts that's what's going on with the Panthers, man. So, but guess what? David Tepper ain't going nowhere.
So I was going to ask you that. So
he's not going nowhere.
So do you think the Panthers organization should pack up the Mayflower and go to a different city like the Baltimore Colts did?
You know what? I can see that happening. I can see David Tepper. When you work for, when people say billionaire, you got to understand something. Like Jay-Z gonna buy the Brooklyn Nets. No, he ain't. It's gonna be Jay-Z and like 10 other people.
A lot of other people. Yeah, he's gonna be a stakeholder.
And Kraft and Jerry Jones and they just Pat Croce for the Sixers or Mark Cuban when they own the Mavericks. They bought the team themselves. Right.
Yeah,
that's what you do when he's worth 14 Bs. So I can see him getting tired of it. All I hear is these charlatans. What you call them? These Bammers? You call them something?
I've never called charlatans.
You just said something in the first hour.
Carolinians.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. Oh, y'all will keep talking shit to me? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm finna pack this bitch up, and we're gonna go to Wyoming. Become the Wyoming Mooses.
I think he threatened to leave if they didn't approve for some tax to enhance the stadium, right? He threatened to leave Charlotte, and we've seen him pull the plug on that nice facility that they were building down there in Fort Mill?
Fort Mill. He did them people so wrong down there. You know, they referred to him as the White Suge Knight. David Tepper's a dog, man.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if they packed up.
So the Panthers, the players have to overcome having an incompetent owner. And that's tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you do that? That sounds easier said than done.
That's tough, man.
Real quick in the chat, my man Ryan said they messed my man's Miles Sanders up. Yeah, Miles Sanders, that Booby Miles, that's my dog. It don't hit the same. It don't hit the same if you weren't alive to witness it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. And he's saying he was a teenager. You were a teenager when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. You were a teenager.
I don't. What does it mean though? What you mean I wasn't alive?
No, he's talking about me and him because we're millennials. He wasn't alive to witness.
So
Ryan, are you a Ravens fan?
Wait a minute. You telling me on this chat I'm on here some young whippersnappers. And look here,
millennials weren't alive.
Let me see what time it is.
It's some millennials that weren't alive when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
Take your young ass to bed.
You can be 29 years old and not be alive when
take your young ass to bed.
Young. You were young. You were young.
Dude, let me tell you something,
Eagles fan, Ryan. All right, bet Ryan with the birds. Yeah, no, Ryan, I agree with you as far as Miles Sanders. Yeah, Panthers messed up. How do you mess up Miles Sanders?
Hey, man. Cut the TV off. Take your ass to bed.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. So he was born in 97. So he was alive.
Smug was born in 1997.
97. He was alive.
I can't talk sports to somebody who was born in 97.
Well,
I apologize.
Bryce Young was born in 2000.
I mean, I can't talk sports to somebody who was born in 1997, man.
All I'm saying is
go watch the damn Power Rangers and go to sleep.
All I'm saying is it does hit different being a grown adult, seeing your team win the Super Bowl as opposed to either someone my age being 4 years old or someone your age now. What are you, 60 what? You were a teenager. You were a teenager when the Cowboys won. But anyway, nonetheless, we were talking about the Panthers. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if they just packed up and left Dodge.
That's a long way coming, though, because like I said, the Panthers still can be good. Even though when I set the win bar in the beginning of the season at 5 wins, chat, y'all got to realize they're going to lose 12. They were still going to be a bad football team. 5-12 is still a bad football team. Even they win 6.
Yeah.
That's 6-11. So if Andy Dalton comes in, and you already know, y'all already know, chat, y'all know that first win the Panthers going to get, hell, it could be this Sunday in Oakland. Excuse me, in Las Vegas when they play the Raiders. So he may win. He should have been starting. Listen, Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, you're still going to win about 5 games. I had the bar. You're still going to be a bad football team. But you don't want Andy Dalton to come in and kind of start winning some games. Now your draft pick situation is going to move and it's going to be worse. So that's why I say they just hit the panic button, man. I'm not blind to the fact. I know he was looking bad, but I just want to give him more time. But, yeah, David Tepper, he's the red helmet, the red line on Voltron. And I know my man was born in 97 and has no idea who Voltron is. Google it.
We formed like Voltron. Shout out Wu-Tang. All right. Are the 49ers done without Debo and CMC? Both out for multiple weeks.
Right. That means not making the playoffs? Or just Super Bowl.
Should they panic? Should they panic?
About 4 weeks.
Let's look at their schedule.
I don't think they should panic. And here's why. Number one, they currently have the second best quarterback in the National Football League, my guy Brock Purdy.
They lost last week without these weapons, but go ahead.
They did just go and win a game in Detroit, didn't they?
When?
I'm asking.
This season, no. The 49ers, they beat the Jets at home.
Right, that's what they beat.
And then they went into Vikings and went to Minnesota and lost to the Vikings 23-17.
Who just went and beat the Lions? Didn't somebody go beat the Lions?
Tampa Bay.
I
called that too.
My boy Baker, $100 million Mayfield. Let me tell you why the Niners are in trouble, because they're only going to be about 4 weeks, like I said. And then all they have to do is, like when you have a backup quarterback, you just want to be 500. So when your starters come back, you get that thing. Because number one, they still got Ayuk, right?
Yeah.
And they still got Trent Williams on that offensive line, right? They still got Fred Warner, right?
George Kittle.
And they, oh man, I ain't even named Kittle. And they still got I named them. Kittle, Warner. Oh, Bosa. They still got Bosa.
Yeah.
And they still got Kyle Shanahan, who's a coaching guru as of right now, his early coaching career. And like I said, and they currently still have the second best quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes, that damn Brock Purdy. So I don't think they should not worry. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and Ryan pretty much said the same thing. They got that defense and they got depth on that defense. So that defense will keep them alive. And then I would say
the schedule.
Yeah, I have it. So the next 4 games, they have the Rams, the Patriots, the Cardinals, and then the Seahawks. And then after that, that's when their schedule gets tough because they got the Chiefs, Cowboys, Bucks, Seahawks, and Packers, and then Bills.
Hold on, go back to those first 4. Rams.
The next 4, they got Rams, Patriots, Cardinals, and Seahawks. So that's like average.
They could split those.
Yeah,
they could be 2-2.
Yeah, that's like average.
3-1, but they definitely could be 2-2.
Yeah, that's like average. Right. So yeah, based off of their schedule, I would say no, because right after that, that's when the strength in their schedule really kicks in with the Chiefs, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Packers, Bills. it really kicks in after that.
And us Cowboys, we owe them an ass whooping. We owe them. Like Gene Wan say, you owe me something?
Smoky old big worm. What that mean? He ain't get his money.
And Ryan, Mr. 1997, who was your favorite Ninja Turtle growing up? Because I know that's what you watched growing up, and Batman animated series and Superman animated series. Who was your best, man?
CMC be back for the tough ones. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So because of their schedule, I would say not to worry. Now, if it was that tough part of the schedule, they'd be in a lot of panic. Trouble. They'd be in a lot of panic. But I agree on that. His favorite Ninja Turtle was Michelangelo.
Okay, all right. Yeah. And so I guess he missed. You must have missed. You missed. What was you? Was you a Disney or Nickelodeon guy? Was you Big Time Rush, iCarly, Wizards of Waverly Place? What were you?
Well, he was.
Or was he? No, he was. What's the name? What? He was the Barney era, right? Barney, Mickey Mouse Playhouse.
Barney, the Big Blue Bear. Was that his name? The Big Bear House. Whatever that was.
The Bear-Stained Bears.
Nah, the bear. The Big Bear. Big Blue House, the Big Bear that would like sing. Then you had Out of the Box, Reading Rainbow, and then if you're talking Nickelodeon, we had Rocket Power. We had
was you Drake and Josh?
No,
that's later,
like middle school, elementary. I was heavy on Cartoon Network. Cow and Chicken, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah,
those are my dogs. Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, and what was the Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah, Cat Dog.
See, when all this is out, I was knocking boots. But go ahead. I was in the club knocking boots, but go ahead. And watching my Cowboys dominate the NFL, but go ahead.
Yeah, he said all that show Keenan and Kel type shit.
Yeah, Keenan and Kel. That was okay. Kel, I was wondering where you at, man.
All that, Dexter was shit.
All that, yeah.
All right, last question of the night. We're going to show some love to the AFC because we've been in the NFC heavy.
Okay.
Should the 0-2 Bengals be worried?
Man, yes, absolutely yes. They have problems eternally. Because something's going on with Jamar Chase, man. He's acting like Stephon Diggs in his last year in Buffalo. And I don't know what's going on with Joe Burrow. I mean, listen, when Burrow's healthy, I know he's a beast and he's in everybody's top 10. But let me tell you something. When it comes to top 10 list, for me, you have to be on the field. Like you can't keep holding a title, Dave, you're not playing. Yeah. That's not unfair to other guys who are balling.
Yeah.
Like Brock Purdy, who's currently the second best quarterback in the National Football League.
It's 2 weeks, fluff period. So far, Burrow has been healthy.
Yes.
And he hasn't been bad.
He's nice. That's what I'm telling you. He's nice when he's healthy. But I don't know if the coach up there, not Zach Wilson, is
it Zach Taylor?
Zach Taylor. That's Zach Taylor. I like Zach Taylor. Nice look, up and coming coach. Got a good quarterback. And he got a good core group up there, man, offensively and defensively. Yeah. But they got to get this stuff going on. Like Chase and Burrow got to have a meeting. Like, dude, we could be a nice tandem. We're all a nice tandem. We could be up there with Jefferson and whoever his quarterback.
Right. He don't even need it. Whoever the QB is.
Well, you just throw it to him. Right. Yeah. And of course, we know that duo in Dallas. That damn CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
You hear them crickets? You hear them damn crickets?
Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown.
But no, I think they are in trouble.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
Okay.
Because this is nothing new. They have started 0-2 so many times and still made the playoffs.
Right.
As far as Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, I think
it was just a game.
Well, the thing is, Jamar Chase's issue isn't towards Joe Burrow. It's towards ownership and him not getting his contract. So he's upset about that. He took out his health insurance. He put in that health insurance policy for, I think, $50 million. So I think he understands, okay, they're not giving me my contract. I think he's just going to come around to like, okay, they're not giving me the money I want. One or two things is going to either happen. He's either going to play good to the point where they're going to have to pay him even more,
right,
which is going to be a foot in their mouth, or he's going to play good and be like, I know my worth. I know this team is going to pay me, so I'm going to skip dodge and get up out of here. I think one of those two, but I think he's going to kick into where he actually says, you know what, Joe, I got you. I was tripping. I wanted my money. You understand, because Joe hasn't spoken out and went against Jamar during this whole situation. So I think he's going to get it together. And I like their defense. Their defense looked good. They, held the Chiefs, what was it, 25 points, 23 points? So
they have good games anyway.
Yeah, every time Joe Burrow and Mahomes square off, it always comes down to 3 points or less every single time.
That's
Yeah, so I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to come around. They play the Browns twice. They play the Steelers twice. I'm not buying the Steelers and Browns. They're kind of coming around. So I think those are wins.
The Cowboys, we exposed them. We beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, y'all did. And then Saints exposed y'all. So tomato. So I think the Bengals will come around. I trust Joe. I trust a healthy Joe Burrow.
There it is.
I trust a healthy Joe Burrow 100%. And then T. Higgins still isn't out there. So when he comes back, I think that's when their momentum will kicks in.
Right.
I don't think that the Bengals should panic. Yes, they do have internal problems. Did you say external or internal?
Damn, I think I said external.
That Charlotte Mecklenburg public education school system. There you go.
Damn, I think I said external.
My man Ryan said they need a running back that can carry them. Yeah, they're definitely missing Joe Mixon.
Sure is.
Yeah. And they always start off like this. Yeah, he's playing frustrated. So, like I said before, playing frustrated can do one of two things. It can either turn you up or take you out of it. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've played my best after I was benched. I turned up in practice. I came back and turned into a straight savage. I think Jamar Chase will come around. I think he'll turn back into a top-tier wide receiver.
Right.
Joe Burrow will be good as long as he's healthy. I agree with Ryan. I think they could improve in their running game.
But they got Moss back there, right?
Moss and Sidney Brown's brother.
Right.
Chase Brown.
It's not important. It's not important.
I mean, it's his second year, but I don't think they have any problems. I think they'll still end up making playoffs per usual. I mean, this is such a repetitive story with them starting off 0-2. Yeah. Well, listen, man, that's all we got for today. Q, as always, I appreciate you for pulling up.
Yeah, man, dope.
Do you have any last words for the audience before you get up out of here?
Hey, man, listen, continue to watch sports, have fun with sports, and just remember, you're not as smart as me when it comes to sports talk, but it's okay to be close. And my man Ryan, who's just born in 1997, dude, you missed a whole. I'm gonna give you some people to Google, okay? Michael Jordan.
Who's that?
Don't play.
Go ahead.
All right. Google Deion Sanders.
I mean, people in 97.
Oh, no. He don't know. He
may have not watched them live, but he knows.
He don't know. He don't know who Michael Jordan is. He's like he's a guy with shoes.
Listen, Ryan, my peoples. He knows
Deion Sanders.
He knows who.
And I'm telling you,
trolling.
No.
I know he's trolling. Ryan.
And Google this TV show in living color.
Stop it.
In living color.
Stop it. He knows all of this. This is my dog right here. He knows.
He was just born.
He was born in 97.
And let me tell you something. I'm not done. It was these cartoons you need to know. Thundercats, okay? G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Smurfs. And Google Smurfette and Jessica Rabbit. Let me know which one you like between Smurfette and Jessica Rabbit. And it's a comedian named Eddie Murphy. Google Eddie Murphy. He don't know these people.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Married with children. We talk about that. Just Google these people, man. You'll know what I'm talking about, man. I'm telling you, having a good time. Yeah.
Well, listen, everyone tuning in. If you were born in 97 or later, I mean,
I'm just trying to help you out.
He's acting like y'all don't know who these people are.
I'm just trying to help you out.
So go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, too.
Google Bill Clinton, too. Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Google those two.
He said, I know that shit, OG. You said Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky.
Google them, too. Google WWF, Attitude Era.
We know all of this.
The Hart Foundation, Shawn Michaels. These guys was wrestlers, man.
The Generation X, yes. We know.
Wrestling is, first of all, it's real. Google that stuff, man.
He's trolling you, Ron. He has 5 older brothers. Like and Ron, like even like I knew Ron when he was younger, like when we were like little as kids. He's always hung out with people older than him. Like his I don't know his brothers, but I know one of his cousins.
Let me give you 5 rappers to go. Google Keith Murray. Google Redman. Go Google Dials Effects. Google the Crooklyn Dodgers. Chubb Rock. I'm trying to help you out, my guy. I ain't got enough time. I can be all day. You was born in 97. Just Google all them people. Take note. Rewatch this. Was this the end?
Yeah.
Rewatch the last few minutes of this and Google all those people, man. I'm telling you. You're welcome.
All right. Well, that's your final.
Bo Jackson, Ken Griffey Jr. Google 90s tennis shoes.
This guy's insane.
Penny Hardaway was dope. Go Google Penny Hardaway and this comedian named Chris Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Q.
Tyra Banks.
Like I said, appreciate you for pulling up. Everybody that tuned in, whether you're watching live,
appreciate y'all
watching the run back on YouTube or Twitch, or even listening because this is available audio as well. Foozball Fanatics is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, so you can watch it or listen to it on the go. We have great football takes. We're going to try to bring this to y'all each week. I got to work around my work schedule to bring this to y'all on each Tuesdays. Shout out to Ryan, tuned in the whole time. He said this was a good podcast, man. OG crazy. Yeah, he is. He's an old horny bastard talking about some Smurfette and
that Smurfette of Jessica Rabbit.
And Jessica
I'm
Rabbit.
going Jessica Rabbit. It was
wait, you talking about Jessica Rabbit from
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Which one you want?
You know Dexter's mom.
Oh damn!
She was sticking them thighs. She was sticking them thighs, boy. Dexter's mom, boy, she had them thighs and hips. But now I'm definitely taking Jessica Rabbit.
Oh yeah, that was almost about to spill out for no reason.
Yeah,
and we had dope '90s TV. We had Rosie O'Donnell show. We had the original Maury show.
Jerry Springer.
Man. Oh, Jerry
Full
Springer.
House. Yeah.
Jenny Jones.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, listen, when we get out of here, appreciate y'all. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe.
Yes.
Help spread this out, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Then also have a donation link if you want to drop a couple $, you know what I mean, in the Cash App, PayPal,
Absolutely.
or Zelle. Or Venmo. We have all the above. Until next time, make sure that y'all stay safe, stay sane, but most importantly, stay blessed. Gotta love football, man. We out. Peace.
Let's go.